What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't guessed it by the thumbnail, well, here we go. We're getting ready to replace this tired 360 out of our Burnout car, and we're gonna put that built 360 right back in here, and then we're gonna bolt on all the fun stuff. The girls are on their way down. They're gonna give me a hand today, and we're gonna focus on getting this done, and we're gonna take you guys along for the ride. So first things first, we're gonna get this clip back off here so we got plenty of room, and we're gonna get after it. Sit back in your seat, get you something to drink. Let's get after it. This is Busted Radio Garage.
No.
How did I put these in here? Cool thing is we'll be able to bolt all the new one up because I think there was a total of 4 studs broken inside this engine. I may have put these in with a wrench. I hope the casting is good on these so we can put these on them Edelbrock heads. All right, guys, so we are obviously saving on these. These are going on that new engine. I'm not getting rid of them. They are just too cool. Oh, come off, air. Well, that just broke. Oh well, I'm not gonna reuse it anyway. All these 300 parts are gonna be for sale, people. All of them in one big lot here before long. So any of you 300 owners are watching this, I'll put a video on your Facebook group. And if you're interested, bring a pickup truck or a trailer and come get it all. Because I'm not gonna need them. Well, I've done lost my wrench down in here. Well, you gotta be kidding me right now. Nope. Okay, this is all alternator. All right, so wires are unhooked. Got to get the carb off, get that radiator out, get the fan shirt out. These are all headlights, marker lights. Don't sure exactly what we're gonna do with those yet. Good night. All right. Now this is where the fuel line was broke. We had a piece of hose there, remember? Holding it together. So, I guess that's not gonna bother just leaving it there for now. Because we just Jimmy rigged it and stuck a piece of rubber hose over that with some clamps for Indy. Same thing down there. So we done it the lazy way, it worked. So no big deal. All right, I guess we'll get these radiator hoses off, get the carb off, get the coil off, and keep taking it apart. So we'll be back with you guys here in a couple minutes. Hang tight. Well, get in there now. Gee whiz. All right, so there's that. That's still on the carburetor, which is fine. All right, that's all unhooked. We'll get this carburetor off. We'll get the plate put on. Disconnect the electrical to the coil, all that. Disconnect the power steering pump. Radiator shroud, radiator, fan, unhook the transmission, start pulling this engine out. So, be back with you in a minute, hang tight. All right, boys and girls, there's the old carb. We're definitely gonna keep this, probably gonna have it rebuilt and then keep it around. This is actually a really good carburetor, I like it. So, let me set this to the side and we'll keep going. Ah, don't you fall down in there. Never get you out. Well, I know this coil's good. If not, we've only got, what, 6 of them over there? All right, guys, any of you that watched the Indy show, really, I remember if you watched it, I hit the wall and crushed the whole front end of the car. Ended up busting the power steering bracket, which in turn was also part of my fan belt. So what I'm having to do is take a pair of channel locks, or I'm sorry, vice grips, and wedge them up against the pulley here so I can get up against the air conditioner, and then take these 4 fan bolt bolts out so we can get the fan off. But it would have made it a lot easier if that belt was still on there to provide some tension, but it's all good. We'll get them off here in a second. Be right back with you. All right, there's the fan, boys and girls, and that thing is nasty. So we decided to keep that. We'll keep it. It's a balanced fan, which I've always been a fan of those. I like that. I get it, a fan of those. All right. So let's get this out, get the shroud out of here. What is going on? Oh, it's hell being fat and old. Good thing is I got good looking going for me. Oh, I wore that. Do I got anything on my face? Oh. Oh, give me a rag, child. I took a bath and hand me one of them rags over there. Come on, chop chop, Owen. They ain't funny. Thank you. Man, I took a bath in that stuff. We're gonna get this power steering pump out of the way so we can get to the motor mounts. And then once I get the engine out, we'll disconnect the hoses and get that all out of the way. Handier in the shirt pocket, people. Milwaukee impact tools, love them. By the way, this was a gift from my wife for my birthday. We're gonna take it straight back there to set it on the ground. All right, guys, we got to go ahead and disconnect the starter, get the wires off it, take the bolts out of the transmission, separate the engine and transmission itself. Try to get this radiator out without tearing up these coolant lines at the bottom. So I'm going to attempt to get those out real quick. And then we're going to pull this forward, pull it up and get it out of here. Took the doghouse off simply just for room. I mean, this sticks out from that radiator support 1.5 feet. So this allows us to get in there a little bit and work. So we're getting there close. So, all right, we're gonna keep after it. Girls are gonna keep filming. They're here helping today. Bashful's hiding, I don't know why. But anyway, all right, cool. Let's keep getting after it. Hang tight. Wow. That helped a little bit. I guess they decided not to put one of them little things in there. I don't think it's that small, sure. I'll try. Our steering is strapped up out of the way, so that's not gonna be bothering us. Okay, now we're gonna get the trans bolts out of the transmission. All right, what I always do is when I set a set of stands under the car, I always take a jack and get it just right up against the cross member. So if a jack does fail, it gives me a split second to get up underneath the car, lets the cross member catch the jack. So I'm running my wrenches, guys. Way back up in there. I'll have to figure out how to get that out. I've been looking for that for days later. They end up in the funniest places sometimes.
You have a bent frame rail up here. It ain't that bad, but it broke that bracket off the transmission. This is so gross under here, it's retarded. Trying to get this starter out and then get the rest of the suspension plate off. Everything is just so nasty from being at Junkyard all them years.
This would be a good video showing you how big the starter was in Linda. Remember back in that video when you guys were saying, why'd you have to take the headers loose to get that starter out? This is the same starter. It's like the size of a 2-liter bottle, pop bottle. Well, give me my wrench back. Oh, can you take that? What's up, guys? Hey, I know I'm not doing a whole lot of talking on this video because I'm down here wrenching on the car. Wife's doing an awesome job as far as getting some video together. But anyway, so we're under the car. Got the starter out, got everything pretty much unhooked. Pulled the inspection plate, got our torque converter versus our flex plate painted so we know the way they're going to go back. So I'm going to be under here. I'm going to have the wife hand turn the motor over so we can rifle this around and get these 4 bolts out. And then we've got to take the trans bolts out. We're going to set this back down on the ground and jerk this old girl out of here. And I was really just planning on throwing the new engine back in here and saying heck with it, but it's gamey under here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this out, get this all cleaned up, maybe paint it a little bit of black, and then put the new engine in to kind of make it look pretty under the engine bay. That was really the intention for Homer anyway. But nevertheless, this is what we look like. Got it nice and clear in here. Of course, we got our Wix oil filter, which we always use. But other than that, I mean, the car, for sitting in a junkyard for 26 years, other than engine grime, it's not that bad. We do have a bent frame rail. I mean, and it's just a skosh. It's not bad. It actually bent it when we hit. It actually ripped this bolt, this transmission bracket that goes up here to the frame rail, right here. It actually had ripped it out of the transmission itself. So hopefully everything will bolt back up okay. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this flex plate undone from the torque converter, get this down, take the bolts out of the transmission. We're going to jerk this old girl out of here. So hang tight and let's get after it. All right, guys, we got all the transmission bolts taken out of the transmission, attaching the transmission to the block. Got everything else unhooked that we can see so far, but you know how that crap goes. So we're gonna go over, take the lifting plate off Homer's engine, bring it over here, mount it to this engine, get the engine hoist brought over here, get a little bit of tension on it, pull these motor mount bolts, see if we can jerk this old girl out of here. Then we'll kind of see what the terrain looks like and we'll figure out what we're gonna do from there. So hang tight, we'll get you set up and we'll get this pulled out. Shoot ya. What you doing, bundle? She's coming out, boys and girls. All right. There shouldn't be anything else. We'll just have to watch the back really good. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull the engine forward. If you could, just kind of help me keep it on that radiator. You've got to put your hand on it just to rest it. We good?
Getting close.
Okay, what do we got here? All right, so we're hooked up here. Okay, what we got here? Vacuum line. Okay, we're still hooked here somewhere. Okay, we gotta go back and unhook that. I'll trade you spots if you would. You can go on the other side.
I'm just trying to keep it from hitting
You're
it.
fine. Okay. Okay, still got a ground strap. I can unhook it from the car. Watch you, okay. This phone, get your hands. We should be clear of everything on the car now. Going up. We good?
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a wire.
A wire?
Mm-hmm. See it? A hose.
Just stick my hand in there. Okay, we're just gonna cut it. Okay. Big day, boys and girls, big day. Hopefully we can get it over the car. Okay, everybody stay back. Easy. Pause. Get it, push the other way. All right, let's get her down. All right, boys and girls, we got her out. She is empty. So yeah, it was a pretty simple process. Didn't fight us a whole lot, just the normal here and there grime, you know, you got to deal with. But sitting here on the stand, so we're going to inspect this here in a second. I know the rear main seal was leaking somewhere the last time I took it out for a burnout. But we're just going to save on this and we'll keep it. It's a spare 360, right? Or maybe somebody out there is looking for a true 360 out of a 300. So we'll have it. We just, like I said, we just pulled it out in one chunk, you know. So we're going to do what we do here. And I'm just going to set a big old monster truck tire over here against the wall. We'll send the engine on it. And then we're going to get this beast pulled out of what was Homer and put over here in Junkyard Dog. Well, what was Junkyard Dog? But I'm just kind of torn. I really want to kind of clean this up. But on the other hand, it's Junkyard Dog. I kind of want to put that engine in here. Just the dilemma is want all out on that engine to make it nice and pretty and shiny and has all the fancy stuff, and plus all the fancy stuff we got to bolt to it. So, but I'm not going to dumb down that engine a whole lot because you know, just the expense of the heads and the intake and all the stuff in the engine, and it's just like, so I don't know, we'll kind of figure it out. But the main objective for today was to get this out, get this set off to the side, and get Homer's engine re-pulled and brought over here. But nah, this was a blast. I enjoy doing this. It's so cool, so fun. And a lot of this we're not going to keep, you know, we're not going to keep, you know, all the functions for heat and all that jive. We just need the car to start, run, and smoke tires. We're going to go through this transmission, see all about it. Keep in mind, this car only has 26,000 original miles on it. It just sat in a junkyard. You know, I might be wrong on that. It might be 46,000 miles, but it sat in a junkyard for 26 years. Yeah, 46,817. But it sat in that junkyard all them years and just want to, you know what I mean? So, nevertheless, hang tight. We'll be back with you in a minute. Might need you to give me an oomph with your foot. Yeah. All right, guys, we got the old 360 just sitting here on a tire off to the side, out of the way, till we figure out what we're going to do with it. And we just made the decision, we're going to go ahead and just clean this engine bay up a little bit, get rid of what we don't want, don't need, and then might even do a little bit of painting in here. I'm not 100% sure on that, but anyhow, we still got to get this addressed, and then get the new motor over here, set it in place and start putting all the fun stuff on there. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this content, do me a favor, hit that subscription icon, the little dingy bell. And again, as usual, if you want any free stickers, shoot me over an email, bustedradiogarage@gmail.com with your information, and I'll shoot them over to you for free. I even pay to get them there. All right, guys, check out our other platforms at Facebook, Instagram, our Facebook group, and obviously the YouTube community page. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.